What if everything you thought you knew about Antarctica was just the tip of the iceberg? Literally, imagine a place so remote or so untouched that its very existence seems to defy the boundaries of our understanding. Now, picture this. Beneath the endless white, under miles of ancient, unyielding ice, lies a world more mysterious than any legend, more astonishing than any science fiction tale. Tonight, we're not just exploring a frozen continent. We're peeling back the icy veil on secrets that have waited millions of years to be discovered. Are you ready to question everything you thought you knew about our planet? Because what you're about to see will leave you breathless. And maybe just a little bit haunted. New insights are revealed as the mysterious and unseen discoveries within Antarctica are explored. A captivating journey unfolds through the continent's most enigmatic findings, leaving viewers in awe. The wind howls across a landscape so stark, so blindingly white, it almost seems to erase the very idea of life. But beneath this frozen expanse, a hidden world pulses with secrets. Some ancient, some modern, all utterly mind-bending. This isn't just a story about ice and snow. This is a journey into the unknown, a descent into the heart of Earth's last true frontier. Did you know there's more liquid water hidden under Antarctica than in all of Europe's freshwater lakes combined? Beneath miles of solid ice, a network of colossal subglacial lakes teems with life and geological marvels that have been undisturbed for millions of years. This isn't just ice. It's an entire, unseen world waiting to be explored. Join us as we unveil the mind-bending enigmas of Antarctica's deepest secrets. Listen, can you hear it? The low, distant groan of shifting glaciers, the crackle of ancient ice fracturing under its own weight, the whisper of winds that have circled the globe for centuries. In this silence, every sound is amplified, every shadow seems to hold a story. The air itself feels charged with anticipation, as if the continent is holding its breath, waiting for us to uncover what lies beneath. For centuries, Antarctica was a blank spot on the map, a place of myth and speculation, a land so inhospitable that even the bravest explorers barely scratched its surface. But now, with technology piercing deeper than ever before, the icy veil begins to lift. What we're finding isn't just cold hard science. It's a revelation. A place where the past and future collide, where the rules of nature seem to bend, and where every answer only leads to more questions. So, what are these secrets? What lies beneath the endless white? Let's begin our journey with a question that will echo through every discovery we make tonight. What if the greatest mysteries of our world are still waiting, just out of sight, beneath our feet? The camera sweeps over a vast, glittering expanse, ice stretching to the horizon, fractured by deep blue crevasses and shadowed by jagged peaks. The sun hangs low, casting long golden rays that shimmer across the snow. But as the lens dives beneath the surface, the world changes. Here in the darkness, ancient lakes pulse with life, rivers flow unseen, and mountains rise in total silence. It's a landscape sculpted by time, untouched by human hands, and filled with wonders that defy explanation. There's a sense of awe here, a feeling that you're standing at the edge of something vast and unknowable. Every discovery is a reminder of how small we are, how much we have yet to learn. And yet, there's excitement too, a thrill that runs through your veins as you realize you're about to witness something no one else has ever seen. The unknown calls to us, and we can't help but answer. What if I told you that the ice itself is alive? That beneath your feet, entire ecosystems thrive in total darkness, feeding on chemicals and minerals that have never seen the sun. That's just the beginning, because as we journey deeper, the mysteries only grow stranger, the discoveries more shocking. Are you ready to see what lies beneath? But before we dive into the first of our 15 most mysterious discoveries, let's set the stage. Because to truly understand the wonders of Antarctica, you have to let go of everything you think you know about this place. Forget the empty, lifeless wasteland you've seen in textbooks. This is a land of hidden forests, ancient ruins, and secrets that could rewrite the story of our planet. And as the ice melts, those secrets are rising to the surface, one by one. The wind picks up, swirling snow into ghostly shapes that dance across the ice. Somewhere in the distance, a glacier calves, sending a thunderous roar echoing across the frozen plain. It's a reminder that this place is alive, always changing, always hiding something new. And tonight, we're going to uncover it all. If you're as fascinated by the unknown as we are, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell, and join our community of explorers. Share your theories in the comments. What do you think lies beneath the ice? What secrets are still waiting to be found? Your voice is part of this journey, and together we'll push the boundaries of what's possible. So, are you ready? Because the icy veil is beginning to lift, and what we're about to discover will change the way you see our world forever. Let's begin with the first of Antarctica's most mysterious secrets. What if the very ground beneath Antarctica's ice was hiding something so colossal, so inexplicable that it could change everything we know about Earth's history? Imagine a structure so massive, so perfectly concealed, that only the most advanced technology could even hint at its existence. Tonight, we're about to journey into the heart of one of Antarctica's greatest enigmas, a place where science and speculation collide, and where the echoes of the ancient world still reverberate through the frozen silence. As the camera glides over the endless white, a subtle shift in the landscape catches the eye, a faint, almost imperceptible bulge beneath the ice, stretching for hundreds of miles. This is Wilkes Land, a region so remote that even the most seasoned explorers rarely set foot here. But it's what lies beneath the surface that has scientists and dreamers alike holding their breath. Deep below, radar scans have revealed a massive anomaly, an object or structure so dense, so out of place, that it defies easy explanation. Some say it's the remnant of a cataclysmic asteroid impact, a scar from a time when the world was young and chaos reigned. Others whisper of something far stranger, a relic of a lost civilization, or perhaps something not of this earth at all. The wind howls across the ice, carrying with it the secrets of millennia. In the distance, the aurora shimmers, painting the sky with ghostly greens and purples. Down below, in the silent darkness, the anomaly waits, silent, patient, untouched by time. It's a place where the past and present blur, where every answer only leads to more questions. The air feels charged, electric, as if the very continent is daring us to look deeper. For decades, Antarctica was seen as a blank slate, a place of endless ice, devoid of history. But the Wilkes Land anomaly shatters that illusion. Here, beneath 2 miles of solid ice, lies a mystery that refuses to be ignored. Scientists debate its origins, poring over data, running simulations, searching for clues. But the truth remains elusive, just out of reach. Is it a natural formation, the result of unimaginable forces? Or is it something else, evidence of a past so ancient, so alien, that it defies belief? As we peer deeper into the anomaly, the questions multiply. What could have created such a massive, dense structure? Could it be the impact site of the asteroid that ended the age of the dinosaurs, plunging the world into darkness and reshaping life as we know it? Or is it something even more extraordinary, a monument left behind by a civilization lost to time, buried beneath the ice for millions of years? There's a sense of wonder here, a feeling that we're standing on the edge of a revelation. Every new scan, every fresh piece of data brings us closer to the truth, and yet the mystery only deepens. It's as if the continent itself is guarding its secrets, daring us to keep searching, to keep questioning. The thrill of discovery pulses through the air, mingling with a hint of fear. What if we're not ready for what we might find? But the Wilkes Land anomaly is just the beginning. Because as we journey further into Antarctica's hidden heart, we find evidence that this land was once very different, a place of forests and rivers teeming with life. Imagine standing where you are now, but instead of ice and snow, you're surrounded by towering trees, the air thick with the scent of ancient ferns. It's almost impossible to believe, but the evidence is undeniable. Scientists have uncovered fossilized wood, pollen, and even the remains of ancient plants deep beneath the ice. These relics tell a story of a time when Antarctica was warm, lush, and alive, a world lost to the ages. But that's not all. Some researchers believe that traces of human-like activity, or at least advanced tool use, may be hidden in the layers below. Out-of-place artifacts, parts, have been rumored for decades. Strange metal objects, geometric patterns, and even what appear to be worked stones, all found in places where, by all logic, they shouldn't exist. The silence here is profound, broken only by the distant rumble of shifting ice. It's easy to imagine the ghosts of ancient forests, the shadows of lost civilizations, moving just out of sight. The air is thick with possibility, with the sense that anything could be waiting beneath your feet. Skeptics dismiss these stories as fantasy, the product of overactive imaginations and wishful thinking. But the evidence keeps mounting, piece by tantalizing piece. Every new discovery challenges our assumptions, forcing us to reconsider what we thought we knew about the history of our planet. Could it be that Antarctica was once home to a civilization as advanced as any on Earth? Or are we simply seeing patterns where none exist, chasing shadows in the ice? As the debate rages on, one thing is certain. Antarctica is far more than a frozen wasteland. It's a time capsule, a vault of secrets waiting to be unlocked. And as the ice continues to melt, those secrets are coming closer to the surface, ready to rewrite the story of our world. But if you think ancient forests and lost civilizations are the strangest things hidden beneath the ice, think again, because next we'll journey into the realm of the truly bizarre, where rivers flow in total darkness and life thrives in places no one thought possible. What else is lurking in the shadows of Antarctica? The answer might just change everything you believe about life on Earth. Imagine plunging beneath the surface of Antarctica, leaving behind the blinding white and entering a world of perpetual darkness. Here, under miles of ancient ice, the temperature drops, the pressure rises, and the rules of life as we know them begin to unravel. It's in this hidden realm that one of the most astonishing discoveries of our time was made, a network of colossal subglacial lakes, some larger than the Great Lakes of North America, all sealed off from the outside world for millions of years. The very idea seems impossible, yet it's true. Scientists, using ice-penetrating radar and remote sensors, have mapped more than 400 of these lakes, each one a self-contained universe, isolated since the age of the dinosaurs. The most famous of these is Lake Vostok, a body of water so vast it could swallow entire cities, lying more than 2 miles beneath the ice. For decades, it was nothing more than a rumor, a blip on a radar screen, until a daring Russian expedition finally drilled down and confirmed its existence. What they found was beyond anyone's wildest expectations. The water in Lake Vostok is not only liquid, but it's also teeming with life, microbes, and extremophils that have evolved in total isolation, cut off from sunlight, air, and the rest of the planet. These organisms feed on minerals and chemicals leached from the rocks below, thriving in conditions that would kill almost anything else. It's a living laboratory, a glimpse into the resilience of life, and perhaps a preview of what we might one day find on the icy moons of Jupiter or Saturn. The implications are staggering. If life can survive here, in the most extreme environment on Earth, then maybe, just maybe, it can survive elsewhere in the universe. The discovery of these hidden lakes has rewritten the textbooks, forcing scientists to rethink the boundaries of biology and the definition of a habitable world. But the mysteries don't end there. As researchers probe deeper, they've uncovered evidence of vast rivers flowing beneath the ice, connecting these lakes in a labyrinthine network that stretches for thousands of miles. These rivers carry nutrients, heat, and even living organisms from one hidden oasis to another, creating a dynamic, interconnected ecosystem that no one ever imagined existed. The sheer scale of it is almost impossible to comprehend. It's as if an entire world has been hiding in plain sight, waiting for us to find it. The excitement in the scientific community is palpable, but so is the sense of caution. Every new discovery raises new questions, and every answer seems to open another door. What else is lurking in these dark, hidden waters? Could there be larger, more complex forms of life, creatures that have never seen the sun, never felt the touch of air? The possibilities are as endless as the ice itself. And yet, for all the wonder and awe, there's an undercurrent of unease. Drilling into these lakes is a delicate operation, fraught with risk. The fear of contaminating these pristine environments with surface microbes is very real, and the ethical dilemmas are as deep as the lakes themselves. Still, the quest for knowledge pushes us forward, driven by the irresistible pull of the unknown. The story of Antarctica's subglacial lakes is a testament to human curiosity, to our relentless drive to explore, to understand, to push beyond the boundaries of what we thought was possible. It's a reminder that the world is still full of secrets, still waiting to surprise us, still capable of inspiring awe and wonder. And as we stand on the edge of this new frontier, we can't help but ask, what else is out there, hidden beneath the ice, waiting to be discovered? The answer, it seems, is only a matter of time. But as we marvel at the wonders of the subglacial world, another mystery beckons, one that is as beautiful as it is bizarre. Imagine a waterfall, but not of water, of blood. Deep in the heart of the McMurdo Dry Valleys, a place so cold and dry it's often called the closest thing to Mars on Earth, a crimson stream pours from the face of a glacier, staining the ice with a vivid, otherworldly red. This is Blood Falls, one of Antarctica's most haunting and enigmatic sights. For years, its origin was a mystery, a source of endless speculation and wild theories. Some said it was the work of ancient microbes. Others whispered of hidden lakes, of iron-rich water, or even the remnants of some long-lost catastrophe. The truth, as it turns out, is even stranger. Blood Falls is fed by a subglacial lake, sealed off from the world for millions of years, where water saturated with iron slowly seeps through cracks in the ice. When it finally reaches the surface and meets the air, the iron oxidizes, turning the water a deep, rusty red, like blood flowing from a wound in the earth itself. But the real marvel lies beneath the surface. In this toxic, freezing, oxygen-starved environment, life not only survives, it thrives. Microbes have adapted to feed on the iron and sulfur in the water, forming a unique ecosystem that challenges everything we thought we knew about the limits of life. It's a living testament to the power of adaptation, a reminder that life finds a way, even in the most inhospitable places. The sight of Blood Falls is both beautiful and unsettling, a stark contrast to the endless white that surrounds it. It's a symbol of the hidden wonders that lie beneath the surface, waiting to be revealed. And as scientists continue to study this phenomenon, they're uncovering clues that could help us understand not just the history of Antarctica, but the very origins of life itself. The story of Blood Falls is far from over. Every new discovery brings fresh questions, new mysteries, and the promise of even greater revelations to come. What other secrets are hidden in the ice? What else is waiting to be found just out of sight, just beyond our reach? The journey is only beginning, and the next chapter promises to be even more extraordinary. The mysteries of Antarctica seem to multiply the deeper we look, each discovery more astonishing than the last. As the crimson waters of Blood Falls seep across the ice, staining the white with their eerie hue, Another enigma flickers in the sky above, one that has captured the imagination of explorers, scientists, and dreamers for generations. Picture a night so clear, so impossibly still, that the stars themselves seem to hang just out of reach. Suddenly, a flash of light darts across the horizon, moving with a speed and precision that defies explanation. It's not a meteor, nor a satellite, nor any known aircraft. For decades, reports of unidentified flying objects, UFOs, have emerged from the frozen continent, whispered about in hushed tones by those who have witnessed the impossible. Some describe glowing orbs that hover silently above the ice. Others tell of strange metallic shapes that vanish in the blink of an eye. Even seasoned pilots and researchers, trained to dismiss the extraordinary, have found themselves at a loss for words. The Antarctic sky, it seems, is a canvas for the unknown. Skeptics are quick to offer explanations, atmospheric phenomena, reflections, tricks of the light. But the sheer number and consistency of these sightings have kept the debate alive, fueling speculation that something truly unusual is happening at the bottom of the world. Could these lights be the result of natural forces we don't yet understand? Or are they evidence of something far more profound, visitors from another world, drawn to the secrets hidden beneath the ice? The questions linger, unanswered as the aurora dances overhead, painting the night with ribbons of green and violet. The sense of wonder is palpable, mingled with a hint of fear. What if we're not alone out here? What if the mysteries of Antarctica extend far beyond our own planet? As the sky returns to darkness, another puzzle emerges from the ice itself, one that has sparked controversy and fascination in equal measure. High above the frozen plateau, satellite imagery reveals shapes that seem almost too perfect to be natural. Sharp angles, straight lines, and, most striking of all, what appears to be a massive pyramid rising from the snow. The so-called Antarctic pyramids have become the subject of endless debate, their origins shrouded in mystery. Some believe they are nothing more than mountains, sculpted by wind and time into geometric forms. Others are convinced they are the remnants of an ancient civilization, lost to history and buried beneath the ice. The symmetry is uncanny, the scale immense. It's easy to see why so many are captivated by the possibility that these structures are not the work of nature, but of intelligent hands. Theories abound, each more fantastic than the last. Some point to legends of lost continents and advanced societies, suggesting that Antarctica was once home to a people whose knowledge and technology rivaled our own. Others invoke the possibility of extraterrestrial involvement, citing the continent's isolation and the persistent reports of strange lights in the sky. The truth, as always, remains elusive. Ground expeditions have found little evidence to support the most outlandish claims, but the mystery endures, fueled by the tantalizing images beamed back from orbit. The pyramids stand as silent sentinels, their secrets locked away beneath layers of ice and time. Yet, for all the speculation, there was a deeper lesson to be learned here, a reminder that the world is full of wonders, both real and imagined, and that the line between the two is often thinner than we think. The Antarctic pyramids may one day be explained, their origins revealed by science and reason, or they may remain forever enigmatic, a testament to the power of mystery and the human need to seek answers, even in the most unlikely places. The journey continues, each discovery leading us further into the unknown. But Antarctica's secrets are not limited to the land or the sky. Beneath the surface, in the shadowy depths of the Southern Ocean, lies a world as alien as any found on distant planets. Here, in the crushing darkness, life has adapted in ways that boggle the mind. Giant sea spiders, translucent fish, and creatures that glow with their own inner light drift through the icy waters, their forms both beautiful and bizarre. The ocean floor is a landscape of towering hydrothermal vents, where superheated water gushes from the Earth, creating oases of life in an otherwise barren expanse. These vents are home to ecosystems unlike any other on Earth, sustained not by sunlight, but by the chemical energy released from the planet's core. The discovery of these deep-sea communities has revolutionized our understanding of life's potential, showing that it can thrive in the most extreme conditions imaginable. It's a glimpse into a world that is both ancient and ever-changing, a reminder that the boundaries of possibility are always shifting. The creatures of the Antarctic deep are living fossils, survivors of a time when the world was young and the rules of evolution were still being written. Their existence challenges everything we thought we knew about biology, about adaptation, about the very nature of life itself. As we peer into the darkness, the sense of awe is overwhelming. Every new species, every strange adaptation, is a testament to the resilience and creativity of life. It's a humbling experience, a reminder that we are not the masters of this planet, but its students, forever learning, forever searching, forever amazed. The mysteries of the Antarctic Ocean are far from solved. With every expedition, every dive, new questions arise, new wonders are revealed. What else is waiting in the depths, hidden from view, waiting to be discovered? The answer, as always, is just beyond the next horizon. And so the journey continues, each step bringing us closer to the heart of the unknown. The ice, the sky, the sea, all hold secrets, all beckon us to explore, to question, to dream. Antarctica is not just a place. It is a frontier, a challenge, a promise. The story is far from over, and the next chapter is waiting to be written. The deeper we venture into Antarctica's mysteries, the more the boundaries between science and legend begin to blur. The continent's silence is deceptive. Beneath its stillness, history pulses, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. Imagine standing on the edge of a vast forbidden zone, an area so remote, so fiercely protected, that even the most determined explorers are turned away. These restricted regions, marked only by cryptic coordinates and stern warnings, have become the subject of endless speculation. Why are certain parts of Antarctica off-limits? What secrets are so dangerous, so valuable that they must be hidden from the world? The official explanations are always the same: environmental protection, scientific research, safety concerns. But for those who have spent their lives chasing the unknown, these answers ring hollow. The forbidden zones are a magnet for conspiracy theories, each more tantalizing than the last. Some believe they conceal the remnants of ancient civilizations, their ruins preserved in the ice. Others whisper of secret military installations, hidden bunkers built during the chaos of World War II, their true purpose lost to history. The most imaginative suggest that these areas are gateways to another world, portals to realms beyond our understanding. The truth, as always, is shrouded in layers of ice and secrecy. The allure of the forbidden is irresistible. Stories circulate among the scientific community, tales of expeditions that vanished without a trace, of strange signals intercepted by research stations, of shadows moving across the ice where no living thing should be. The sense of unease is palpable, a chill that has nothing to do with the temperature. Even the most rational minds find themselves wondering, what if the legends are true? What if there really are secrets here, hidden in plain sight, waiting for someone brave enough to uncover them? The forbidden zones are a reminder that even in the age of satellites and supercomputers, there are still places on Earth that defy explanation, still mysteries that refuse to be solved. As we move closer to the heart of these mysteries, the past begins to bleed into the present. The history of Antarctica is a tapestry woven with ambition, rivalry, and intrigue. During the dark days of World War II, rumors swirled of Nazi expeditions to the frozen continent, their true purpose cloaked in secrecy. Some say they were searching for new resources, others claim they sought ancient knowledge, or even contact with forces beyond our world. The evidence is fragmentary, the stories often contradictory, but the fascination endures. Decades later, whispers persist of hidden bunkers, of technology far ahead of its time, of secrets that could change the course of history. The line between fact and fiction is razor thin, and the truth may never be fully known. Yet the idea that Antarctica could be the stage for such drama, such high-stakes intrigue, only adds to its mystique. Modern times have brought new players to the ice. Today, Antarctica is a hub of international cooperation and competition, its research stations manned by scientists from around the globe. But even now, there are rumors of covert operations, of missions with objectives that are never made public. The continent's isolation makes it the perfect place for experiments that cannot be conducted anywhere else. Experiments that push the boundaries of science, and perhaps of ethics. The sense of secrecy is ever present, a shadow that lingers over every discovery, every breakthrough. What are we not being told? What lies behind the locked doors and encrypted transmissions? The questions hang in the air, unanswered, fueling the imagination and driving the search for truth ever deeper. Yet, for all the speculation, Antarctica remains a place of wonder, a land where the impossible becomes possible, where the past and future collide. The forbidden zones, the hidden bases, the whispers of conspiracy, all are part of the continent's enduring allure. They remind us that the world is still full of secrets, still capable of surprising us, still waiting to be explored. The sense of adventure is intoxicating, a call to arms for those who refuse to accept the limits of what is known. Every step into the unknown is a victory, every new discovery a testament to the power of curiosity and the human spirit. But as we marvel at the mysteries of the forbidden, another story unfolds. A story of change, of transformation, of a world in flux. The ice that has guarded Antarctica's secrets for millions of years is beginning to melt, revealing wonders that have been hidden since the dawn of time. Climate change, for all its dangers, is also a key, unlocking doors that have been closed for eons. As the glaciers retreat, ancient landscapes emerge, valleys carved by forgotten rivers, forests petrified by the ages, fossils of creatures that once roamed a very different world. The sense of discovery is overwhelming, a rush of excitement tempered by the knowledge that we are witnessing the end of an era. The accelerating thaw is both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it offers a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to study the past, to uncover the secrets of Earth's history, to learn from the mistakes and triumphs of those who came before us. On the other, it is a stark reminder of the fragility of our planet, of the delicate balance that sustains life. The melting ice is a warning, a call to action, a plea for stewardship and responsibility. The discoveries we make today will shape the world of tomorrow, for better or for worse. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows across the ice, the sense of possibility is almost overwhelming. Antarctica is a land of contrasts, a place of beauty and danger, of hope and fear, of secrets and revelations. The journey is far from over. With every new discovery, every fresh mystery, we are reminded that the world is still full of wonder, still waiting to be explored. The next chapter is just beginning, and the greatest secrets may still be ahead. The Antarctic night is long and relentless, a darkness so deep it seems to swallow sound and thought alike. Yet in this endless twilight, the human spirit burns brighter than ever. Across the continent, teams of scientists huddle in isolated research stations, their breath fogging in the frigid air, their eyes fixed on screens and instruments that probe the secrets of the ice. Each day brings new challenges, equipment frozen solid, storms that rage for weeks, the ever-present threat of isolation. But for those who have chosen this life, the hardships are a small price to pay for the chance to witness history in the making. There is a camaraderie here, a sense of shared purpose that transcends borders and languages. In the face of the unknown, differences melt away, replaced by a single, burning question. What will we find next? The tools at their disposal are as advanced as any on Earth. Ice-penetrating radar, capable of mapping the hidden world beneath the surface in exquisite detail. Autonomous drones, braving the cold and wind to capture images no human could ever see. Submersibles, designed to plunge into the black waters of subglacial lakes, their cameras revealing alien landscapes and life forms that defy imagination. Each new technology is a key, unlocking doors that have been closed for millennia. The excitement is palpable, a current that runs through every conversation, every late-night brainstorming session. The sense of discovery is addictive, a rush that keeps even the most exhausted researchers pushing forward, day after day, night after endless night. But technology is only part of the story. The real breakthroughs come from the minds and hearts of those who refuse to give up, who see every setback as a challenge to be overcome. It is their passion, their curiosity, their willingness to risk everything for the sake of knowledge that drives the quest forward. The stories they tell are filled with moments of triumph and despair, of samples lost to the ice, of data corrupted by the cold, of friendships forged in the crucible of adversity. There are tears and laughter, frustration and joy, all woven together in the tapestry of exploration. The emotional highs and lows are as extreme as the environment itself, a roller coaster that never truly ends. As the months pass, the landscape changes. The sun returns, painting the ice in shades of gold and pink, casting long shadows that stretch to the horizon. The air is filled with the sound of melting, of water trickling through cracks and crevices, of glaciers calving into the sea with a thunderous roar. Each new season brings fresh opportunities, new mysteries to unravel. The pace of discovery accelerates, driven by the knowledge that time is running out. The ice is melting faster than anyone predicted, revealing secrets that have been locked away for millions of years. Fossils of ancient plants and animals, perfectly preserved in the cold. Traces of long-lost rivers and lakes, their courses etched into the bedrock. Even the remains of meteorites, fallen from the sky and entombed in the ice, waiting to be found. The sense of urgency is real, a constant reminder that the window for exploration is closing. Every day, the world changes a little more, the past slipping away as the future rushes in. The discoveries made here will shape our understanding of the planet for generations to come, offering clues to the origins of life, the history of climate, the fate of our world. The responsibility is immense, a weight that presses on every researcher, every decision. Yet there is also hope, a belief that by learning from the past, we can build a better future, one where the mistakes of history are not repeated. The call to action is clear. Antarctica is not just a place to be studied, but a treasure to be protected. The lessons learned here are universal, a reminder of the fragility of life and the power of resilience. The melting ice is a warning, but it is also an invitation, a chance to come together, to share knowledge, to work towards a common goal. The community of explorers, scientists, and dreamers is growing every day, united by a love of discovery and a commitment to stewardship. The conversation is global, a chorus of voices calling for action, for understanding, for hope. As the camera pans across the vast, glittering expanse, the sense of wonder is overwhelming. The beauty of Antarctica is indescribable, a landscape that defies words and expectations. It is a place of extremes, of contradictions, of endless possibility. The journey is far from over. With every new discovery, every fresh mystery, we are reminded that the world is still full of wonder, still waiting to be explored. The next chapter is just beginning, and the greatest secrets may still be ahead. But even as we celebrate the triumphs of science and the power of human curiosity, the open questions remain. What else lies hidden beneath the ice, waiting to be found? What stories have yet to be told? What mysteries remain unsolved? The answers are out there, just beyond the reach of our instruments, just beyond the edge of our understanding. The journey continues, driven by the same spirit that has guided explorers for centuries, A hunger for knowledge, a thirst for adventure, a belief that the unknown is not to be feared, but embraced. The Antarctic night is long, but the dawn is coming. With it will come new discoveries, new challenges, new opportunities. The story of Antarctica is still being written, one page at a time, by those brave enough to venture into the cold, by those curious enough to ask the hard questions, by those passionate enough to never give up. The world is watching, waiting, hoping, and as the first rays of sunlight break across the ice, illuminating the secrets of the past and the promise of the future, we are reminded that the greatest adventure is still ahead. The Antarctic wind never truly rests. It sweeps across the endless plains, sculpting the snow into waves and ridges, whispering through the cracks of research stations, carrying with it the stories of all who have come before. In this place, time seems to stretch and contract, the days and nights blending into a single, unbroken moment of discovery. For those who call this frozen world home, even for a season, the experience is transformative. The isolation strips away the noise of modern life, leaving only the essentials: the work, the camaraderie, the awe. Every sunrise feels like a miracle. Every sunset a promise that the mysteries of Antarctica are far from exhausted. It is in these quiet hours, when the world seems to hold its breath, that the mind wanders to the deeper questions. What is it about this place that draws us in, that refuses to let us go? Is it the promise of discovery, the thrill of the unknown, or something more, a sense that here at the edge of the world, we are closer to the heart of existence itself? The answers are as elusive as the continent's secrets, shifting with the light and the wind, always just out of reach. Yet the search continues, driven by a curiosity that is as old as humanity itself. Among the most haunting of Antarctica's mysteries are the echoes of the past, traces of ancient forests, the imprints of leaves and branches pressed into stone, the fossilized remains of creatures that once roamed a land lush and green. It is almost impossible to imagine, standing amid the ice and snow, that this place was once a paradise, teeming with life. Yet the evidence is undeniable. Deep beneath the glaciers, scientists have uncovered layers of sediment, rich with pollen, spores, and even the remnants of wood. These discoveries paint a picture of a world transformed, a testament to the power of time and the resilience of life. The story of Antarctica's ancient forests is a story of survival and adaptation, of ecosystems that flourished in a climate far warmer than today. Giant ferns and towering trees once covered the land, their roots reaching deep into the soil, their branches stretching towards a sun that never truly set. Dinosaurs and other prehistoric creatures wandered through these forests, their footprints preserved in the mud, their bones entombed in the earth. Over millions of years, the climate shifted, the ice advanced, and the forests vanished, leaving only their ghosts behind. Yet in the silence of the present, their legacy endures, a reminder that change is the only constant, that even the mightiest can fall. The discovery of these ancient forests has profound implications, not just for our understanding of the past, but for the future as well. They offer clues to the processes that drive climate change, to the ways in which life adapts and endures in the face of adversity. They remind us that the world is not static, that the boundaries of possibility are always shifting. The lessons of the past are written in the rocks and the ice, waiting for those with the patience and vision to read them. But the past is not the only source of mystery in Antarctica. The present is equally enigmatic, filled with phenomena that defy easy explanation. One of the most intriguing is the presence of strange geometric patterns etched into the ice, lines and shapes that seem almost too precise to be natural. Some are the result of wind and weather, the work of nature's invisible hand. Others, however, remain unexplained, their origins a subject of debate and speculation. Are they the remnants of ancient structures, the marks of a lost civilization, or simply the product of chance and coincidence? The answers are elusive, the evidence tantalizing but incomplete. The search for meaning in these patterns is a reflection of our own desire for order, for understanding, for connection. We see shapes in the clouds, faces in the rocks, stories in the stars. Antarctica, with its vast, uncharted expanses, is a canvas for the imagination, a place where the line between reality and myth is blurred. The mysteries of the ice are as much about ourselves as they are about the world around us, a mirror in which we see our hopes, our fears, our dreams. As the days pass and the seasons turn, the work continues. New discoveries are made, old questions revisited, the cycle of exploration unbroken. The sense of wonder never fades, the thrill of the unknown as sharp as ever. Each expedition is a leap into the void, a journey into the heart of mystery. The risks are great, the rewards greater still. For those who dare to venture into the cold, the promise of discovery is irresistible. A siren song that calls across the ice. The journey is not without its challenges. The cold is relentless, the isolation profound. Equipment fails, plans go awry. The environment itself seems to conspire against success. Yet, it is in these moments of adversity that the true spirit of exploration shines brightest. The bonds forged in the crucible of hardship are unbreakable, the memories indelible. Every setback is a lesson, every triumph a victory not just for the individual, but for all who seek to understand the world. As the Antarctic wind howls outside, rattling the walls of the research station, a sense of anticipation fills the air. The next discovery could come at any moment. A new species, a lost artifact, a clue that changes everything. The possibilities are endless, the adventure unending. Antarctica is a land of secrets, a place where the past and future meet, where the boundaries of knowledge are pushed ever outward. The story is still being written, the final chapter yet to be told. The Antarctic sun, when it finally rises after months of darkness, brings with it a sense of renewal and hope. Its golden light spills across the ice, illuminating the landscape in a way that feels almost otherworldly. Shadows stretch and dance, revealing details that were hidden in the gloom, cracks in the glaciers, the subtle contours of ancient valleys, the glint of something unexpected just beneath the surface. For the scientists and explorers who have endured the long polar night, this moment is more than just a change in the weather. It is a reminder that even in the harshest environments, life and discovery persist. The return of the sun is celebrated with quiet joy, a shared understanding that the work is far from over, that the greatest mysteries may still be waiting in the light. With the sun's return, the pace of exploration quickens. Teams set out across the ice, their sleds loaded with equipment, their minds racing with possibilities. Every journey is a gamble, every step a risk, but the rewards are beyond measure. The landscape is constantly shifting, shaped by forces both seen and unseen. Crevasses open and close, icebergs calve from the glaciers with a sound like thunder, and the wind carves new patterns in the snow. It is a world in motion, alive with energy and potential. The sense of anticipation is electric, a current that runs through every conversation, every plan, every dream. Among the most exciting discoveries in recent years are the hidden rivers that flow beneath the ice. Vast, unseen currents that connect the subglacial lakes and shape the continent from below. These rivers are unlike anything found elsewhere on Earth. Their waters kept liquid by the immense pressure of the ice above and the heat rising from the planet's core. They move silently through the darkness, carving channels in the bedrock, carrying nutrients and life from one hidden oasis to another. The existence of these rivers was once little more than a theory, a wild idea proposed by a handful of visionary scientists. But with the advent of advanced radar and remote sensing technology, the evidence has become undeniable. The rivers are real, and they are changing everything we thought we knew about Antarctica. The implications are profound. These hidden waterways may play a crucial role in the stability of the ice sheet, influencing the flow of glaciers and the rise of sea levels around the world. They are also home to unique ecosystems, communities of microbes and other organisms that have adapted to life in total darkness, feeding on minerals and chemicals leached from the rocks. The study of these rivers is still in its infancy, but already it is clear that they hold the key to understanding not just the past and present of Antarctica, but its future as well. The sense of wonder is overwhelming, a feeling that we are standing on the threshold of a new era of discovery. But the rivers are not the only hidden wonders beneath the ice. In recent years, scientists have uncovered evidence of vast caverns and voids, spaces so large they could swallow entire cities, yet completely invisible from the surface. These caverns are formed by the melting and refreezing of ice, by the slow movement of water and air, by the relentless pressure of the glaciers above. Some are filled with water, others with ancient air trapped for millions of years. The conditions inside are unlike anything found elsewhere on Earth. A world apart, sealed off from the rest of the planet by miles of solid ice. The possibilities are staggering. What secrets might be hidden in these dark, silent spaces? What stories could they tell about the history of the continent, about the forces that have shaped it over eons? The search for answers is ongoing, a race against time and the elements. Every new discovery brings fresh questions, new challenges, and the promise of even greater revelations to come. The work is painstaking, often dangerous, but the sense of purpose is unshakable. For those who have dedicated their lives to exploring Antarctica, the risks are outweighed by the rewards, the thrill of discovery, the joy of unraveling a mystery, the satisfaction of contributing to the sum of human knowledge. The bonds formed in this crucible of exploration are unbreakable, the memories unforgettable. Each expedition is a chapter in a story that is still being written, a testament to the power of curiosity and the resilience of the human spirit. As the sun climbs higher in the sky, casting its light across the endless white, the sense of possibility is almost overwhelming. Antarctica is a land of extremes, a place where the boundaries of science and imagination blur, where the past and future meet in a dance as old as time. The journey is far from over. With every new discovery, every fresh mystery, we are reminded that the world is still full of wonder, still waiting to be explored. The next chapter is just beginning, and the greatest secrets may still be ahead. As the Antarctic summer unfolds, the continent transforms in subtle but profound ways. The ice softens under the persistent gaze of the sun, revealing hints of color, flecks of green from hardy mosses, the occasional bloom of a red or orange snow algae, and the deep blue of meltwater pools that shimmer like jewels against the white. For a brief window, life asserts itself in the most unlikely places, a reminder that even here, at the edge of the world, nature finds a way. The air is filled with the calls of penguins and the distant barks of seals, their colonies clustered along the coast where the ice meets the sea. Above, skuas and petrels wheel and dive, their shadows flickering across the snow. The energy is infectious, a surge of vitality that sweeps through the research stations and out across the frozen plains. Yet, beneath this fleeting burst of life, the mysteries of Antarctica only deepen. The melting ice exposes new features every day, strange rock formations, ancient fossils, and sometimes things that defy easy explanation. One such enigma is the discovery of what appear to be ancient artifacts embedded in the ice, objects that seem out of place and out of time. Some are simple stones, shaped in ways that suggest the touch of human hands. Others are more complex metallic fragments, geometric patterns, even what look like tools or carvings. The scientific community is divided. Some argue that these are natural formations, the result of geological processes and the relentless sculpting of wind and ice. Others are not so sure. The possibility that these objects are the remnants of a lost civilization or evidence of visitors from another world is a tantalizing one. Impossible to dismiss entirely. The debate is fierce, the evidence inconclusive. Each new find sparks a flurry of excitement and speculation, followed by painstaking analysis and often disappointment. Yet the allure of the unknown is irresistible. The idea that Antarctica might have once been home to an advanced society, or that it has served as a repository for secrets far older than humanity itself, is a powerful one. It speaks to our deepest desires, to find meaning in the chaos, to connect with something greater than ourselves, to uncover the truth behind the legends that have haunted us for centuries. The search continues, driven by a mix of skepticism and hope, of reason and imagination. Meanwhile, the landscape itself is a constant source of wonder. The ice is not a uniform sheet, but a living, breathing entity, shaped by forces both ancient and immediate. Crevasses yawn open without warning, their depths swallowing light and sound. Icebergs calve from the glaciers, drifting out to sea like silent sentinels, their shapes ever-changing. The wind sculpts the snow into intricate patterns, waves, ridges, and spirals that stretch for miles. Each feature tells a story, a record of the forces that have shaped this land over millions of years. The sense of history is overwhelming, a reminder that we are only the latest in a long line of explorers to walk these frozen shores. The emotional impact of these discoveries is profound. There is a sense of humility, of awe, of gratitude for the opportunity to witness such beauty and mystery. The challenges are immense, the cold, the isolation, the ever-present danger, but the rewards are greater still. Every new find, every unanswered question is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, to our capacity for wonder, and our refusal to accept the limits of what is known. The bonds formed in this crucible of exploration are deep and lasting, forged in the shared pursuit of knowledge and the thrill of discovery. As the season progresses, the pace of research accelerates. Teams race against time, knowing that the window for exploration is closing. The sun will soon dip below the horizon, plunging the continent back into darkness, and the ice will reclaim its secrets for another year. The sense of urgency is palpable, a driving force that pushes everyone to go further, to dig deeper, to ask the questions that others are afraid to ask. The work is exhausting, the risks real, but the sense of purpose is unshakable. Each day brings new challenges, new setbacks, new triumphs. The journey is a roller coaster of emotion, frustration and joy, fear and exhilaration, hope and doubt. Yet, through it all, the sense of wonder never fades. Antarctica is a place that defies expectations, a land where the impossible becomes possible, where the boundaries of science and imagination blur. The mysteries of the ice are as deep as the continent itself, layered and complex, waiting to be unraveled by those brave enough to seek the truth. The story is far from over. With every new discovery, every fresh mystery, we are reminded that the world is still full of wonder, still waiting to be explored. The next chapter is just beginning, and the greatest secrets may still be ahead. As the Antarctic summer wanes, and the first hints of twilight return to the sky, a hush settles over the continent. The air grows sharper, the wind more insistent, and the shadows lengthen across the ice. For the scientists and explorers who have spent months chasing mysteries under the midnight sun, this is a time of reflection, a moment to look back on what has been discovered, and to wonder about all that remains hidden. The sense of accomplishment is real, but so is the awareness that Antarctica's secrets are inexhaustible. Each answer seems to birth a dozen new questions, each solved puzzle only deepening the enigma of this frozen world. Among the most haunting of these mysteries are the so-called ghost mountains, vast, jagged ranges buried beneath miles of ice, their peaks never touched by sunlight in millions of years. Detected by radar and seismic surveys, these hidden mountains rival the Alps in scale and grandeur, yet they exist in total darkness, preserved in a kind of icy stasis. The mind reels at the thought. Entire mountain ranges, valleys, and plateaus, locked away from the world, their secrets known only to the ice and the scientists who dare to peer beneath it. What ancient forces shaped these mountains? What stories do they hold, sealed away from the march of time? The answers are slow in coming, but every new scan, every data point, brings us closer to understanding the deep history of the continent. The existence of these ghost mountains has profound implications for our understanding of Earth's past. They are a record of tectonic upheaval, of continents colliding and drifting apart, of climates shifting from tropical to polar. Fossils found in the sediments above these ranges tell of forests and rivers, of creatures long extinct, of a world transformed by the relentless advance of ice. The mountains themselves are silent witnesses to these changes, their shapes and compositions offering clues to the forces that have shaped our planet over eons. For the scientists who study them, each discovery is a revelation, a piece of a puzzle that stretches back to the dawn of time. Yet, the ghost mountains are not the only wonders hidden beneath the ice. In recent years, researchers have uncovered evidence of vast networks of caves and tunnels, carved by water and volcanic heat, stretching for miles beneath the surface. Some of these caves are filled with air, others with water, and all are shrouded in darkness and mystery. The conditions inside are extreme, temperatures far below freezing, total absence of light, and pressures that would crush most life. Yet even here, life finds a way. Microbes and extremophiles thrive in these hidden spaces, feeding on minerals and chemicals, adapting to conditions that would be lethal anywhere else on Earth. The study of these organisms is opening new frontiers in biology, offering insights into the limits of life and the possibility of existence in the most unlikely places. The emotional impact of these discoveries is hard to overstate. There is a sense of awe, of humility, of being part of something much larger than oneself. The challenges are immense, the cold, the darkness, the ever-present danger, but the rewards are greater still. Every new find, every unanswered question is a testament to the resilience of life and the power of curiosity. The bonds formed in this crucible of exploration are deep and lasting, forged in the shared pursuit of knowledge and the thrill of discovery. As the season draws to a close, the sense of urgency grows. The sun dips lower in the sky, the days grow shorter, and the ice begins to reclaim its secrets. Teams race to complete their work, to gather the last samples, to record the final data before the long night returns. The sense of camaraderie is strong, a shared understanding that they are part of something historic, something that will shape our understanding of the world for generations to come. The journey is exhausting, the risks real, but the sense of purpose is unshakable. Each day brings new challenges, new setbacks, new triumphs. The journey is a roller coaster of emotion, frustration and joy, fear and exhilaration, hope and doubt. Yet, through it all, the sense of wonder never fades. Antarctica is a place that defies expectations, a land where the impossible becomes possible, where the boundaries of science and imagination blur. The mysteries of the ice are as deep as the continent itself, layered and complex, waiting to be unraveled by those brave enough to seek the truth. The story is far from over. With every new discovery, every fresh mystery, we are reminded that the world is still full of wonder, still waiting to be explored. The next chapter is just beginning, and the greatest secrets may still be ahead. As the last flights prepare to leave the continent and the research stations brace for the long, isolating winter, a sense of anticipation lingers in the air. The work may pause, but the mysteries of Antarctica never sleep. In the months of darkness ahead, data will be analyzed, samples will be tested, and theories will be debated in labs and universities around the world. The continent's secrets, gathered at such great cost, will ripple outward, inspiring new questions and new expeditions. For those who have walked its frozen plains, the memories are indelible. A mix of exhaustion and exhilaration, of camaraderie and solitude, of moments when the world seemed to shrink to the size of a snowflake and then expand to the scale of a universe. One of the most enduring enigmas is the story of the so-called forbidden zones, areas marked on maps but rarely, if ever, visited. These regions, often shrouded in bureaucratic language about environmental protection or scientific necessity, have become the focus of endless speculation. What lies within these boundaries? Are they simply untouched wilderness, preserved for future generations? Or do they hide something more? Theories abound, from secret research projects to the remnants of ancient civilizations, from natural wonders too fragile to be disturbed to evidence of phenomena that defy explanation. The truth, as always, is likely a mix of the mundane and the extraordinary. But the allure of the unknown is irresistible. The forbidden zones are not the only places that spark the imagination. Across the continent, there are stories of lost expeditions, of explorers who vanished without a trace, their fates a mystery to this day. Some were claimed by the ice, their bodies entombed in glaciers that move so slowly they seem eternal. Others simply disappeared, leaving behind only fragments of equipment and cryptic journal entries. The harshness of the environment is part of the explanation. Antarctica is unforgiving, and even the smallest mistake can be fatal. But the sense of mystery persists, a reminder that the continent is not just a place of science, but of legend. Among the most famous of these tales is the story of Ernest Shackleton and the crew of the Endurance, whose ship was crushed by the ice and left them stranded for months in one of the most inhospitable places on Earth. Their survival is a testament to human resilience and ingenuity, a story that continues to inspire all who venture into the unknown. Yet for every tale of triumph, there are others that end in tragedy, their details lost to time and the shifting ice. The ghosts of these explorers linger in the imagination, their stories woven into the fabric of the continent itself. The emotional resonance of these stories is powerful. They speak to the best and worst of humanity, our courage and our folly, our hope and our despair. They remind us that exploration is never without risk, that the pursuit of knowledge comes at a price. Yet they also affirm the value of the journey, the importance of pushing beyond the boundaries of what is known. Antarctica is a place that demands respect, that humbles even the most experienced adventurers. It is a land where nature is both beautiful and brutal, where the line between life and death is razor thin. As the winter darkness descends, the continent seems to retreat into itself, its secrets once again hidden beneath layers of ice and snow. But the work continues in ways both seen and unseen. Satellites orbit overhead, their sensors probing the surface for changes, for signs of movement, for clues to the mysteries that lie below. Automated weather stations send back streams of data, tracking the shifting patterns of wind and temperature. In distant labs, scientists pore over samples of rock and ice, searching for the faintest traces of life, for the chemical signatures of ancient climates, for the fingerprints of events that shaped the world. The sense of connection is profound. Antarctica may be remote, but it is not isolated. Its fate is tied to that of the planet as a whole. Its change is a warning and a lesson for us all. The melting of its ice sheets, the rise of its seas, the shifts in its ecosystems, all are signals of a world in flux, of a future that is uncertain and yet full of possibility. The discoveries made here have implications far beyond the frozen continent, touching on questions of climate, of evolution, of the very nature of life itself. And so, the story continues. Each year brings new expeditions, new technologies, new dreams. The mysteries of Antarctica are inexhaustible, their allure undiminished by time or distance. For those who have tasted the thrill of discovery, who have felt the bite of the wind and the awe of the endless night, the call of the ice is impossible to ignore. The journey is never truly over. It is simply paused, waiting for the next brave soul to pick up the thread and follow it into the unknown. As the Antarctic winter deepens, the continent becomes a realm of extremes, colder, darker, and more mysterious than ever. The sun vanishes below the horizon for months, plunging the land into a twilight that seems to stretch on forever. The temperature drops to unimaginable lows, and the wind howls across the ice with a force that rattles even the most secure shelters. For the few who remain, life becomes a test of endurance, both physical and mental. Yet, in this darkness, the spirit of discovery burns undiminished. The isolation sharpens the senses, heightens the imagination, and brings into focus the true scale of the mysteries that lie beneath the ice. It is during these long, silent months that some of the most remarkable scientific work takes place. With the world outside locked in darkness, researchers turn inward, analyzing the data and samples collected during the brief summer. In the glow of computer screens and under the hum of laboratory lights, they piece together the stories hidden in ancient ice cores, in the DNA of extremophiles, in the chemical signatures of rocks and sediments. Each finding is a window into a different era, a glimpse of a world that once was, or a hint of what might be. The excitement is palpable, even in the quiet. Every new result is met with a mix of anticipation and wonder, a sense that the next breakthrough could change everything we know about our planet. Among the most fascinating discoveries are the ancient microbes that have survived for millions of years, locked away in the ice. These tiny organisms, some of which have never been seen before, are living time capsules, their genetic codes a record of evolution and adaptation. They thrive in conditions that would be lethal to almost all other life: freezing temperatures, crushing pressure, total darkness. Their existence challenges our understanding of biology, of the limits of life, and of the potential for life elsewhere in the universe. The study of these extremophiles is opening new frontiers in science, offering clues to the origins of life on Earth and the possibility of its existence on other worlds. The emotional impact of these discoveries is profound. There is a sense of awe, of humility, of being part of something much larger than oneself. The challenges are immense: the cold, the darkness, the ever-present danger, but the rewards are greater still. Every new find, every unanswered question is a testament to the resilience of life and the power of curiosity. The bonds formed in this crucible of exploration are deep and lasting, forged in the shared pursuit of knowledge and the thrill of discovery. Yet, the mysteries of Antarctica are not limited to the microscopic. The continent is also home to some of the most dramatic geological features on Earth: volcanoes that smolder beneath the ice, mountain ranges that rival the Himalayas, and rift valleys that hint at the forces that have shaped the planet over eons. Some of these features are well known, their outlines mapped by satellites and their secrets probed by generations of scientists. Others remain elusive, their true nature hidden by the ice, their stories waiting to be told. One of the most intriguing of these features is the so-called Ring of Fire, a chain of volcanoes buried beneath the West Antarctic ice sheet. Detected by seismic surveys and radar imaging, these volcanoes are a reminder that Antarctica is not a static, frozen wasteland, but a dynamic, ever-changing landscape. Some of the volcanoes are dormant, their last eruptions lost to history. Others are still active, their heat melting the ice above and creating vast subglacial lakes and rivers. The interplay between fire and ice is a source of endless fascination, a reminder that the forces that shape our world are both ancient and ongoing. The study of these volcanoes is not without risk. The ice above them is unstable, prone to sudden collapse and movement. The heat from the eruptions can trigger massive floods, sending torrents of water racing beneath the glaciers and out to sea. Yet, the potential rewards are immense. By understanding the behavior of these volcanoes, scientists hope to unlock the secrets of Antarctica's past and perhaps to predict its future. The work is painstaking, the challenges immense, but the sense of purpose is unshakable. As the winter wears on, the sense of anticipation grows. The darkness is not an end, but a beginning, a time for reflection, for preparation, for dreaming of the discoveries yet to come. The mysteries of Antarctica are inexhaustible, their allure undiminished by time or distance. For those who have tasted the thrill of discovery, who have felt the bite of the wind and the awe of the endless night, the call of the ice is impossible to ignore. The journey is never truly over. It is simply paused, waiting for the next brave soul to pick up the thread and follow it into the unknown. As the first hints of dawn begin to creep back across the Antarctic horizon, a subtle transformation stirs within the hearts of those who have endured the long, relentless night. The return of the sun is not just a physical event. It is a symbol of hope, a promise that the cycle of discovery will begin anew. The pale light glimmers on the ice, casting long golden shadows and revealing the subtle textures and contours that were hidden in darkness. For the scientists and explorers, this is a moment of renewal, a chance to step outside, breathe the sharp, clean air, and remember why they came to this place at the edge of the world. With the return of light comes a renewed sense of purpose. The months of darkness have not been idle. They have been a time of preparation, of analysis, of dreaming. Now, as the world awakens, teams gather to plan the next phase of exploration. New technologies are readied, drones with improved sensors, submersibles capable of diving deeper than ever before, and satellites poised to capture every subtle change in the ice. The excitement is palpable, a current that runs through every conversation, every shared glance, every hurried step across the snow. The sense of anticipation is electric, a reminder that in Antarctica, every day holds the potential for discovery. Among the most eagerly awaited projects are the missions to probe the continent's deepest and most mysterious lakes. Lake Vostok, Lake Willens, and dozens of others lie buried beneath miles of ice, their waters untouched by sunlight for millions of years. The logistics of reaching these hidden worlds are daunting, drilling through the ice without contaminating the pristine environment, deploying instruments that can withstand the crushing pressure and freezing temperatures, retrieving samples that may hold the keys to life's resilience. Yet the challenges only add to the allure, the possibility of discovering new forms of life, of unraveling the secrets of Earth's past climates, of finding clues to the origins of life itself. These are the dreams that drive the teams forward, that keep them awake through the endless days and nights. The emotional stakes are high. Every success is celebrated with a mixture of relief and joy, every setback met with determination and resolve. The bonds formed in this crucible of exploration are unbreakable, forged in the shared pursuit of knowledge and the thrill of the unknown. There are moments of doubt, of frustration, of exhaustion, but these are outweighed by the moments of wonder, of awe, of pure, unfiltered excitement. The journey is a roller coaster of emotion, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of curiosity. As the new season unfolds, the landscape itself seems to come alive. The ice cracks and shifts, sending thunderous echoes across the plains. Meltwater streams carve intricate patterns in the snow, their paths ever-changing, their destinations unknown. The air is filled with the calls of birds returning to nest, the distant barks of seals, the soft rustle of wind through the tents and shelters. It is a world in motion, a place where the boundaries between past and present, between science and imagination, blur and dissolve. The discoveries come quickly now. New species of microbes are found in the subglacial lakes, their genetic codes offering clues to the adaptability of life. Ancient air bubbles, trapped in the ice for hundreds of thousands of years, are analyzed for their secrets, traces of volcanic eruptions, shifts in climate, the rise and fall of civilizations. Fossils of plants and animals, perfectly preserved in the cold, tell stories of a world transformed by time and change. Each new find is a piece of a puzzle, a step closer to understanding the deep history of the continent and the forces that have shaped it. Yet, for all the progress, the mysteries of Antarctica remain as deep and compelling as ever. The continent is a place of paradoxes, at once harsh and beautiful, forbidding and inviting, ancient and ever new. It is a land that demands respect, that humbles even the most experienced explorers, that rewards those who are willing to risk everything for the sake of discovery. The sense of wonder is undiminished, the thrill of the unknown as sharp as ever. As the sun climbs higher in the sky, casting its light across the endless white. The sense of possibility is almost overwhelming. Antarctica is a land of extremes, a place where the boundaries of science and imagination blur, where the past and future meet in a dance as old as time. The journey is far from over. With every new discovery, every fresh mystery, we are reminded that the world is still full of wonder, still waiting to be explored. The next chapter is just beginning, and the greatest secrets may still be ahead. The rhythm of life in Antarctica is dictated by the elements, by the shifting light, the biting wind, the ever-present ice. Yet beneath this harsh exterior, a quiet revolution is underway. Each year, as technology advances, the tools available to scientists become more sophisticated, more precise, more capable of revealing the continent's deepest secrets. Satellite imagery now captures changes in the ice sheet in real time, mapping the subtle movements of glaciers and the sudden collapse of ice shelves. Autonomous underwater vehicles glide through the frigid waters beneath the ice, their sensors gathering data on temperature, salinity, and the presence of life. Drones soar above the landscape, photographing features that would otherwise remain unseen, their cameras capturing the fleeting beauty of meltwater streams and the stark geometry of crevasses. This technological leap has transformed the way we explore Antarctica. No longer limited to what can be seen or touched, researchers now peer into the heart of the continent, uncovering patterns and processes that were once invisible. The data pours in, terabytes of information, each byte a clue to the mysteries of the ice. Supercomputers crunch the numbers, running simulations that predict the future of the ice sheet, the fate of the world's coastlines, the impact of climate change on every living thing. The sense of urgency is real, a constant reminder that the discoveries made here are not just academic. They have the power to shape the destiny of the planet. Yet, for all the power of technology, the human element remains at the core of every breakthrough. It is the curiosity, the persistence, the willingness to ask the hard questions that drives the quest forward. The scientists who come to Antarctica are a diverse group: glaciologists, biologists, geologists, climatologists, engineers, and more. They come from every corner of the globe, united by a shared passion for discovery and a respect for the land they study. The bonds formed in this crucible of exploration are deep and lasting, forged in the shared pursuit of knowledge and the thrill of the unknown. The emotional landscape is as varied as the physical one. There are moments of triumph when a long-sought answer is finally found, when a new species is discovered, when a theory is confirmed by hard data. There are moments of frustration, when equipment fails, when the weather turns, when the ice refuses to yield its secrets. There are moments of awe, when the sheer scale and beauty of the continent take the breath away, when the realization dawns that we are only beginning to scratch the surface of what is possible. Through it all, the sense of wonder never fades. The drive to explore never weakens. One of the most profound impacts of this technological revolution is the way it has connected Antarctica to the rest of the world. Data collected at the bottom of the planet is shared instantly with researchers everywhere, fueling collaborations that span continents and disciplines. The discoveries made here inform policy decisions, inspire new lines of inquiry, and capture the imagination of people far beyond the ice. The story of Antarctica is no longer the domain of a few intrepid explorers. It is a global narrative, a shared adventure that belongs to us all. As the season progresses, the pace of discovery accelerates. New missions are launched, new questions are asked, new mysteries are uncovered. The sense of possibility is overwhelming, a reminder that the world is still full of wonder, still waiting to be explored. The journey is far from over. With every new discovery, every fresh mystery, we are reminded that the greatest secrets may still be ahead. But even as we celebrate the triumphs of science and the power of human curiosity, the open questions remain. What else lies hidden beneath the ice, waiting to be found? What stories have yet to be told? What mysteries remain unsolved? The answers are out there, just beyond the reach of our instruments, just beyond the edge of our understanding. The journey continues, driven by the same spirit that has guided explorers for centuries, a hunger for knowledge, a thirst for adventure, a belief that the unknown is not to be feared, but embraced. The Antarctic wind still whispers across the ice, carrying with it the promise of new discoveries, the echo of old mystery, the hope of answers yet to come. The story is still being written, one page at a time, by those brave enough to venture into the cold, by those curious enough to ask the hard questions, by those passionate enough to never give up. The world is watching, waiting, hoping, and as the first rays of sunlight break across the ice, illuminating the secrets of the past and the promise of the future, we are reminded that the greatest adventure is still ahead. The story of Antarctica is not just one of science and discovery, but of human resilience and the unbreakable bond between people and the planet they inhabit. For every breakthrough, there are countless moments of struggle. Nights spent battling the cold, days lost to blizzards, equipment frozen solid or swept away by the wind. Yet, it is in these moments of adversity that the true spirit of exploration shines brightest. The camaraderie among those who live and work on the ice is legendary, forged in the crucible of shared hardship and the pursuit of a common goal. Around the mess tables of research stations, stories are traded like precious currency. Tales of near misses and narrow escapes, of unexpected beauty glimpsed in the heart of a storm, of friendships that will last a lifetime. The emotional highs and lows are as extreme as the environment itself. There are days when the sheer scale of the continent, the endless white stretching to the horizon, can feel overwhelming when the isolation presses in and the silence becomes almost deafening. But there are also moments of pure joy. The first sight of a penguin colony after weeks of travel. The sudden appearance of the aurora australis painting the sky in colors too vivid to describe. The quiet satisfaction of a successful experiment or a new discovery. These moments are reminders of why people return to Antarctica again and again. Despite the risks and the hardships, the continent has a way of getting under your skin, of calling you back, of making you part of its story. As the research season reaches its peak, the sense of urgency grows. The window for exploration is always narrow and every day counts. Teams work around the clock, seizing every opportunity to gather data, to test new ideas, to push the boundaries of what is possible. The pace is relentless, the challenges unending, but the rewards are beyond measure. Each new sample, each new data point is a step closer to understanding the mysteries of the ice. The sense of purpose is unshakable, a driving force that keeps everyone moving forward, no matter how tired or cold or discouraged they may feel. Yet, for all the focus on science and discovery, there is also time for reflection. Antarctica is a place that invites contemplation, that forces you to confront the big questions about the nature of life, the fragility of the planet, the meaning of exploration itself, the vastness of the landscape, the silence of the ice, the endless dance of light and shadow, all combine to create a sense of perspective that is hard to find anywhere else. It is impossible to stand on the edge of a glacier, to look out over a sea of ice stretching to the horizon, and not feel a sense of humility, of awe, of gratitude for the chance to be part of something so much larger than yourself. The discoveries made here are not just academic, they have the power to change the way we see the world and our place in it. The study of ancient climates, of the rise and fall of ice ages, of the resilience of life in the harshest conditions, all offer lessons for the future. The melting of the ice sheets, the rise of sea levels, the shifts in ecosystems, these are not distant threats, but present realities, challenges that demand action and understanding. Antarctica is both a warning and a hope. A place where the consequences of our choices are written in the language of ice and snow. The sense of connection is profound. The data collected here is shared with scientists around the world, informing policy decisions, inspiring new research, and fueling the imagination of people everywhere. The story of Antarctica is a global one, a reminder that we are all connected, that the fate of the continent is tied to the fate of the planet as a whole. The work done here is a testament to what can be achieved when people come together in pursuit of a common goal, when curiosity and collaboration triumph over fear and division. As the season draws to a close, there is a sense of accomplishment but also of anticipation. The mysteries of Antarctica are inexhaustible, their allure undiminished by time or distance. For those who have tasted the thrill of discovery, who have felt the bite of the wind and the awe of the endless night, the call of the ice is impossible to ignore. The journey is never truly over. It is simply paused, waiting for the next brave soul to pick up the thread and follow it into the unknown. The Antarctic wind still whispers across the ice, carrying with it the promise of new discoveries, the echo of old mysteries, the hope of answers yet to come. The story is still being written, one page at a time, by those brave enough to venture into the cold, by those curious enough to ask the hard questions, by those passionate enough to never give up. The world is watching, waiting, hoping, and as the first rays of sunlight break across the ice, illuminating the secrets of the past and the promise of the future, we are reminded that the greatest adventure is still ahead. The Antarctic landscape, so often imagined as a blank white canvas, is in truth a living record of the planet's most dramatic transformations. Each layer of ice is a page in Earth's diary, capturing the rise and fall of temperatures, the shifting of continents, the arrival and disappearance of species. Scientists drill deep into the ice, extracting cores that are both fragile and priceless. These slender cylinders of frozen history reveal secrets that stretch back hundreds of thousands, even millions of years. Trapped within are tiny bubbles of ancient air, grains of volcanic ash, and the chemical fingerprints of distant eras. Each sample is a message from the past, a clue to the forces that have shaped not only Antarctica, but the entire world. The process of unlocking these secrets is painstaking and delicate. In sterile labs, researchers melt the ice, analyze the gases, and measure the isotopes, piecing together a timeline of climate and catastrophe. They find evidence of sudden warming and cooling, of massive volcanic eruptions, of meteor impacts that sent shockwaves around the globe. The story that emerges is one of resilience and change, of a planet that has endured cycles of destruction and renewal. The lessons are sobering, but also inspiring. They remind us that Earth is not static, that it is always evolving, always adapting, always surprising us with its capacity for recovery. Yet the ice does not only preserve the memory of disaster, it also holds the record of life's persistence. Fossils of tiny diatoms, pollen from ancient forests, and even the DNA of long-extinct creatures are found in the layers, testifying to the richness of ecosystems that once flourished here. The discovery of these remnants is a source of wonder and hope. They show that life can endure the harshest conditions, that it can adapt and thrive in places where survival seems impossible. The resilience of these ancient organisms is a lesson for the present, a reminder that even in the face of adversity, there is always the possibility of renewal. The emotional impact of these discoveries is profound. To hold a piece of ice that formed before the rise of human civilization, to breathe air that last touched the surface in an age of mammoths and giant ferns, is to feel a connection to the deep history of the planet. It is a humbling experience, one that puts the challenges of the present into perspective. The problems we face, climate change, loss of biodiversity, the fragility of our own existence, are not new. They are part of a much larger story, one that has played out over millions of years. The difference now is that we have the power to shape the next chapter, to choose whether we will be agents of destruction or of renewal. As the research season continues, the sense of urgency grows. The ice is melting faster than ever before, revealing new features and new mysteries, but also threatening to erase the record of the past. Scientists race to collect samples, to document changes, to understand the processes at work before they are lost forever. The work is exhausting, the stakes high, but the sense of purpose is unshakable. Each new discovery is a victory, a step closer to understanding the forces that shape our world. The bonds formed in this pursuit are deep and lasting. Researchers from around the globe come together, united by a shared passion for discovery and a respect for the land they study. The camaraderie is palpable, the sense of community strong. In the face of adversity, they support one another, celebrate each other's successes, and share the burden of setbacks. The friendships forged in the cold and the dark are among the strongest imaginable, built on trust, respect, and a shared sense of wonder. Yet for all the progress, the mysteries of Antarctica remain as deep and compelling as ever. The continent is a place of paradoxes, at once harsh and beautiful, forbidding and inviting, ancient and ever new. It is a land that demands respect, that humbles even the most experienced explorers, that rewards those who are willing to risk everything for the sake of discovery. The sense of wonder is undiminished, the thrill of the unknown as sharp as ever. As the sun circles the horizon, never fully setting, the landscape is bathed in a perpetual twilight. The ice glows with an inner light, the sky painted in shades of pink and gold. It is a time of reflection, of gratitude, of hope. The journey is far from over. With every new discovery, every fresh mystery, we are reminded that the world is still full of wonder, still waiting to be explored. The next chapter is just beginning, and the greatest secrets may still be ahead. As the Antarctic twilight lingers, the continent's mysteries seem to grow even deeper, casting long shadows across the ice and into the minds of those who study it. The sense of anticipation is almost tangible, a quiet hum that runs through every research station, every field camp, every solitary tent pitched against the wind. For the scientists and explorers who have dedicated their lives to this place, each day brings the possibility of revelation, a new clue, a fresh anomaly, a discovery that could change everything. The air is thick with questions, with theories whispered over mugs of steaming tea, with dreams that stretch far beyond the horizon. One of the most captivating enigmas is the presence of strange, unexplained phenomena that defy easy categorization. There are reports of sudden, inexplicable holes opening in the sea ice, vast polynyas that appear and vanish with no warning, their dark waters swirling in the midst of the frozen expanse. These features are more than just curiosities. They are windows into the complex dynamics of the ocean and atmosphere, clues to the forces that drive the planet's climate. Scientists race to study them, deploying sensors and satellites, seeking to understand the interplay of wind, water, and ice that gives rise to such marvels. The answers are elusive, the data often contradictory, but the pursuit is relentless. Each new observation is a step closer to unraveling the secrets of the deep. Then, there are the stories that seem to belong more to legend than to science. Tales of strange lights in the sky, of unexplained signals picked up by radio receivers, of fleeting shadows glimpsed at the edge of vision. Some dismiss these as tricks of the light, as the product of isolation and imagination. Others are not so sure. The Antarctic night is long, and the mind is prone to wander. Yet the persistence of these reports, the consistency of the details, gives pause even to the most skeptical. Could there be forces at work here that we do not yet understand? Could the continent itself be a kind of antenna, amplifying the mysteries of the universe? The emotional impact of these phenomena is profound. There is a sense of wonder, of fear, of excitement, a feeling that the world is far stranger and more beautiful than we can possibly imagine. The boundaries between science and myth blur, and the line between reality and possibility becomes thin as ice. For those who experience these moments, the memory lingers long after the sun returns, a reminder that the unknown is not to be feared, but embraced. Amidst these mysteries, the work continues. Teams venture out onto the ice, braving the cold and the wind, driven by a hunger for answers. They drill deep into the glaciers, searching for signs of ancient life, for evidence of past climates, for the fingerprints of events that shaped the world. They deploy underwater robots into the blackness beneath the ice, their cameras capturing images of alien landscapes and creatures that have never seen the sun. Each mission is a leap into the unknown, a test of skill and courage, a testament to the power of curiosity. The discoveries that emerge from these efforts are as varied as they are astonishing. New species of microbes adapted to survive in the harshest conditions imaginable. Fossils of plants and animals that once thrived in a world transformed by time and ice. Chemical signatures that reveal the story of Earth's changing climate, of the rise and fall of civilizations, of the delicate balance that sustains life. Each new find is a piece of a puzzle, a step closer to understanding the deep history of the continent and the forces that have shaped it. Yet, for all the progress, the sense of mystery remains undiminished. Antarctica is a place that resists easy answers, that rewards patience and persistence, that humbles even the most experienced explorers. The challenges are immense, the cold, the isolation, the ever-present danger, but the rewards are greater still. Every new discovery is a victory, a testament to the resilience of life and the power of the human spirit. As the season draws to a close, the sense of anticipation grows. The sun dips lower in the sky, the days grow shorter, and the ice begins to reclaim its secrets. Teams race to complete their work, to gather the last samples, to record the final data before the long night returns. The sense of camaraderie is strong, a shared understanding that they are part of something historic, something that will shape our understanding of the world for generations to come. The journey is exhausting, the risks real, but the sense of purpose is unshakable. Through it all, the sense of wonder never fades. Antarctica is a place that defies expectations, a land where the impossible becomes possible, where the boundaries of science and imagination blur. The mysteries of the ice are as deep as the continent itself, layered and complex, waiting to be unraveled by those brave enough to seek the truth. The story is far from over. With every new discovery, every fresh mystery, we are reminded that the world is still full of wonder, still waiting to be explored. The next chapter is just beginning, and the greatest secrets may still be ahead. As the Antarctic season edges toward its close, the landscape is transformed once again. The sun, which once circled endlessly above the horizon, now dips lower each day, casting long, golden shadows across the ice. The air grows colder, the wind sharper, and the sense of urgency among the research teams intensifies. Every hour of daylight is precious, every opportunity to explore and collect data, a race against the encroaching darkness. The continent seems to hold its breath, as if aware that soon it will be left to its own secrets once more. In these final days, the focus sharpens. Scientists and explorers double-check their instruments, pack away samples, and transmit their findings to colleagues around the world. There is a flurry of last-minute activity, drones making their final flights, ice cores being carefully boxed for shipment, underwater vehicles surfacing with their last glimpses of the hidden world below. The sense of accomplishment is real, but so is the bittersweet knowledge that much remains undiscovered. Antarctica is a place that always leaves you wanting more, always promising that the next season, the next expedition, will bring even greater revelations. The emotional landscape is complex. There is pride in what has been achieved, in the data gathered and the mysteries unraveled. There is gratitude for the friendships forged in the cold, for the moments of awe and wonder that punctuated the long days and nights. But there is also a sense of longing, a desire to stay just a little longer, to see what lies beyond the next ridge, to be the first to witness a new marvel revealed by the retreating ice. The bonds formed here are not easily broken. The memories linger, vivid and sharp, long after the last plane has lifted off and the last tent has been packed away. For many, the return to the outside world is a shock. The noise, the crowds, the relentless pace of modern life stand in stark contrast to the silence and solitude of the ice. Yet the lessons learned in Antarctica endure. The patience required to wait out a storm, the resilience needed to overcome setbacks, the humility inspired by the vastness of the landscape, all become part of the explorer's character, shaping the way they see the world. The experience is transformative, a reminder of the power of nature and the importance of curiosity, collaboration, and hope. The data and samples collected during the season will fuel research for years to come. In laboratories and universities across the globe, scientists will analyze the ice cores, sequence the DNA of newly discovered microbes, and model the changes in the ice sheet. The findings will inform our understanding of climate change, of the history of life on Earth, of the processes that shape our planet. The impact of this work extends far beyond the frozen continent, touching lives and shaping policies in ways both seen and unseen. Yet, for all the progress, the mysteries of Antarctica remain as deep and compelling as ever. The continent is a place of paradoxes, at once harsh and beautiful, forbidding and inviting, ancient and ever new. It is a land that demands respect, that humbles even the most experienced explorers, that rewards those who are willing to risk everything for the sake of discovery. The sense of wonder is undiminished, the thrill of the unknown as sharp as ever. As the last rays of sunlight fade from the sky, the ice glows with a soft ethereal light. The wind carries the promise of another season, another chance to explore, another opportunity to unlock the secrets of the deep. The story of Antarctica is far from over. With every new discovery, every fresh mystery, we are reminded that the world is still full of wonder, still waiting to be explored. The next chapter is just beginning, and the greatest secrets may still be ahead. The call to action is clear. Antarctica is not just a place to be studied, but a treasure to be protected. The lessons learned here are universal, a reminder of the fragility of life and the power of resilience. The melting ice is a warning, but it is also an invitation, a chance to come together, to share knowledge, to work towards a common goal. The community of explorers, scientists, and dreamers is growing every day, united by a love of discovery and a commitment to stewardship. The conversation is global, a chorus of voices calling for action, for understanding, for hope. As the world turns its gaze southward, drawn by the allure of the unknown, the story of Antarctica continues to unfold. The continent remains a frontier, a place where the boundaries of science and imagination blur, where the past and future meet in a dance as old as time. The journey is far from over. With every new discovery, every fresh mystery, we are reminded that the world is still full of wonder, still waiting to be explored. The next chapter is just beginning, and the greatest secrets may still be ahead. As the last research teams depart and the continent settles into its long, silent winter, Antarctica becomes a realm of memory and anticipation. The empty stations stand as sentinels against the wind, their windows frosted over, their halls echoing with the laughter and determination of those who called them home for a season. The ice stretches unbroken to every horizon, a vast white expanse that seems to erase the boundaries of time and space. Yet beneath this stillness, the continent is alive with potential. The data collected, the samples preserved, the questions asked all continue to ripple outward, shaping the work of scientists and dreamers around the world. For those who have experienced Antarctica, the memories are vivid and enduring. The first glimpse of the continent from the window of a plane, the shock of cold air on exposed skin, the endless daylight of summer and the deep, star-filled nights, the camaraderie of shared meals, the quiet moments of reflection, the exhilaration of discovery. These are not just memories, they are touchstones, reminders of what it means to be part of something larger than oneself. The lessons learned here are carried home, woven into the fabric of daily life. Patience in the face of adversity, humility before the power of nature, gratitude for the chance to explore. The impact of Antarctic research is felt far beyond the ice. The discoveries made here inform our understanding of climate change, of the history of life on Earth, of the processes that shape our planet. The data gathered is used to model the future of sea levels, to track the spread of pollutants, to predict the impact of global warming on ecosystems everywhere. The microbes found in subglacial lakes inspire new approaches to medicine and biotechnology. The fossils unearthed in ancient sediments offer clues to the evolution of life and the resilience of species in the face of catastrophe. Each breakthrough is a reminder that the work done in this remote, inhospitable place has the power to change lives, to shape policy, to inspire hope. Yet for all the progress, the mysteries of Antarctica remain as deep and compelling as ever. The continent is a place of paradoxes, at once harsh and beautiful, forbidding and inviting, ancient and ever new. It is a land that demands respect, that humbles even the most experienced explorers, that rewards those who are willing to risk everything for the sake of discovery. The sense of wonder is undiminished, the thrill of the unknown as sharp as ever. The story of Antarctica is not just about science. It is about the human spirit. It is about the drive to explore, to understand, to push beyond the boundaries of what is known. It is about the courage to face the unknown, the resilience to endure hardship, the humility to accept that some mysteries may never be fully solved. It is about the joy of discovery, the satisfaction of hard-won knowledge, the hope that each new answer will lead to even greater questions. As the world changes, the importance of Antarctica only grows. The continent is a barometer for the health of the planet, a warning of the dangers of unchecked climate change, a source of inspiration for those who seek to protect and preserve the natural world. The lessons learned here are universal, a call to action for all who care about the future of the Earth. The melting ice is a warning, but it is also an invitation, a chance to come together, to share knowledge, to work towards a common goal. The community of explorers, scientists, and dreamers is growing every day, united by a love of discovery and a commitment to stewardship. The conversation is global, a chorus of voices calling for action, for understanding, for hope. As the long night settles over the continent, the story of Antarctica continues to unfold. The mysteries of the ice are inexhaustible, their allure undiminished by time or distance. For those who have tasted the thrill of discovery, who have felt the bite of the wind and the awe of the endless night, the call of the ice is impossible to ignore. The journey is never truly over. It is simply paused, waiting for the next brave soul to pick up the thread and follow it into the unknown. The Antarctic wind still whispers across the ice, carrying with it the promise of new discoveries, the echo of old mysteries, the hope of answers yet to come. The story is still being written, one page at a time, by those brave enough to venture into the cold, by those curious enough to ask the hard questions, by those passionate enough to never give up. The world is watching, waiting, hoping, and as the first rays of sunlight break across the ice, illuminating the secrets of the past and the promise of the future, we are reminded that the greatest adventure is still ahead. And so, as the Antarctic night deepens and the world above the ice slips into dreams, the mysteries of this vast, frozen continent remain silent, patient, waiting for the next chapter to unfold. The story of Antarctica is not just a chronicle of scientific discovery, but a testament to the enduring power of curiosity, courage, and hope. Each expedition, each question, each moment of awe and wonder adds another thread to the tapestry of human understanding. The continent's secrets are not easily won. They demand perseverance, humility, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. Yet, for those who answer the call, the rewards are beyond measure. To stand on the edge of a glacier, to witness the dance of the aurora across the polar sky, to hold in your hands a piece of the planet's ancient past. These are experiences that change you forever. The journey does not end with the close of a season or the departure of a research team. It continues in the minds and hearts of all who have been touched by the magic of Antarctica. The data collected, the samples preserved, the stories shared, they ripple outward, inspiring new generations of explorers, scientists, and dreamers. The questions asked here echo across the world. What else lies hidden beneath the ice? What stories have yet to be told? What mysteries remain unsolved? The answers are out there, waiting for those bold enough to seek them. As you reflect on the wonders and enigmas revealed in this journey, 15 of the most mysterious things discovered in Antarctica, from ancient forests and lost civilizations to subglacial lakes teeming with life, from ghostly mountains and forbidden zones to the haunting beauty of bloodfalls. Remember that the greatest discoveries are often those that challenge our assumptions, that force us to see the world with new eyes. Antarctica is a place where the impossible becomes possible, where the boundaries of science and imagination blur, where every answer leads to new questions, and every mystery is an invitation to explore further. Now, the call to action is yours. If the secrets of Antarctica have stirred your curiosity, if the stories of resilience and wonder have inspired you, don't let the journey end here. Share your own theories, your questions, your dreams in the comments below. Subscribe to join a community of explorers and thinkers who believe that the world is still full of wonder, still waiting to be discovered. Hit the bell so you never miss a new revelation, a new adventure, a new chapter in the story of Earth's final frontier. And above all, keep asking, keep seeking, keep believing that the unknown is not something to fear, but something to embrace. The icy veil may never be fully lifted. The last secret may never be revealed, but that is the beauty of exploration. It is a journey without end, a story without a final page. Antarctica will continue to challenge us, to humble us, to inspire us. Its mysteries will endure, calling out across the ages to all who dare to listen. And as long as there are those willing to brave the cold, to question the obvious, to dream of what lies beyond the horizon, the spirit of discovery will burn bright here at the bottom of the world, and everywhere curiosity leads. Thank you for joining us on this extraordinary expedition. The adventure is far from over. The next discovery could be yours. Stay curious, stay bold, and remember, the greatest mysteries are always just beneath the surface, waiting for someone to ask, what if? Until next time, keep exploring, keep wondering, and keep the spirit of Antarctica alive in your heart.